Most people associate marketing with Madison Avenue, but it's under the bright lights of Broadway that the American Marketing Association of New York found brilliance in entertainment marketing. Meet Jimmy McNicholas. He's an expert at marketing live theater and is the creative director at SpotCo. SpotCo's team is behind some of Broadway's biggest brands, from Cats to Hamilton to Kinky Boots and the Great Comet.
One of the most unique things about marketing a Broadway show is that the biggest driver of ticket sales is actually word of mouth. And so everything we do has to amplify that. All of our advertising efforts, social media efforts, outdoor efforts, digital efforts, all have to essentially say the same thing that word of mouth is saying. And if there's a disconnect there, ticket buyers can pick up on that. In 1997, SpotCo came into the Broadway marketing space and really changed the rules of the game. It really started to speak to consumers in a language that they understood. A show's brand and ad campaign has to communicate an emotional promise. It doesn't necessarily need to explain exactly what you're seeing on stage, but it needs to somehow feel like it. Because it's a really crowded marketplace. There are 30-something, 40 shows on Broadway, and so you have to find a way to differentiate yourself. It's through emotion that we're able to make the difference. One of the biggest challenges in marketing the Great Comet is that the experience inside the theater happens all around you. It's a show that's totally immersive and unlike any other show on Broadway. And so from the beginning, the producers of the show and the theater owners, the Shubert organization, and SpotCo, the ad agency, came together to talk about how exactly are we going to communicate this unique seating chart to the world. A lot of people don't like the idea of sitting on stage. That can be a little scary to people, but it really is such a key part of this experience. So we took a lot of time and effort figuring out how to name all of the sections, coming up with charts and graphs to explain exactly how the seating worked and what pieces of the show you would experience best from which seats. And over time, word got out that this isn't a unique experience that just has to be seen to be believed. And the way that we communicated the seating areas was really a big part of giving people permission to go in there and be a part of this experience. When we can capture the emotion that's happening inside of a theater, that's what really fuels word of mouth. And in all of the materials we make, especially on social media, that's one of the big ways in which marketing Broadway has changed even over the last 5-10 years. When we can start to create a community of people online who can help be brand ambassadors for us and give them the materials and the language that they need in order to keep that word of mouth going, that's when the real magic happens and the tickets really start to sell.
The ability to capture the experience and the emotion of a Broadway show in its brand and its marketing is what helps drive word of mouth to sell tickets, and that's what creates a Broadway hit. That's brilliance in marketing.